5 years ago, when I was 53, I went over to the window with my cell phone and I snapped a picture of my neck on the very first day that I was starting to treat myself with red light therapy. Now, I never intended to show that picture to anyone. It was for myself just so that I could see if this could really work. But something happened to my skin that very first year that really surprised me, and I'm going to be sharing those pictures with you in just a minute. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my 5-year update from using red light therapy. I'm going to show you exactly what my neck looked like day one and what it looks like today at 58 and the routine that I am doing to maintain those original results. And just so you know, at 58, I have never had any Botox, fillers, plastic surgery, lasers, chemical peels, any type of in-office procedure. Everything I am doing for my skin is being done here at home. All right, so here it is. Here is that very first picture that I took of my neck on day one starting red light therapy. And now next to it, I am going to put up a picture that I just took of my neck just a couple of days ago. Now, yes, the lighting in that first picture is horrible, but I think you can clearly see the difference. Now, when I took that very first picture of my neck back at age 53, I did not take a picture of my face that day because, to be quite honest with you, the aging on my face was not bothering me that bad. But my neck was a different story. I felt so self-conscious and I was really distressed on how it was looking back then. So even just 5 years ago when I started red light, it was not talked about as much as it is today. But I did hear a couple of podcasts talking about it and decided to give it a try. And I have to say, I think it's the very best thing I have done for my skin ever. So fast forward to today. Being a consistent red light user for 5 years now, the pictures that I take from year to year are not going to show dramatic changes. But what I am really noticing and so happy with is that I am seeing maintenance. I am not trying to look 30 or 40. I just truly want to look healthy and have the best skin that I can at the age that I'm at. Now, over the years, I have tried many different types of masks and panels, and I have gotten great results using both. But I am back to using a panel consistently now because it's really just what I prefer. The panel that I use most frequently is the Mesama Pulsed LED panel. This was gifted to me several years ago, and I really do like this panel for a lot of reasons, being that it's very portable. I can treat myself wherever I want in my home, and I love that this panel does have the pulse light feature available. And that's why I just seem to come back to this over and over again. So right now, my current routine is that I am treating myself with red light at least 4 days a week, but to be quite honest with you, some days I treat every single day. And that's truly just because I love how red light makes me feel. I know what it's doing for my skin, but also I just love the relaxing feel that it gives me, and it just is a really nice way that I like to start my day. So at least 4 times is what I am treating, but sometimes more. And now I wanted to show you exactly what I am doing for my red light routine. On clean skin, I will start with a few sprays of the Mesama Green Rooibos AOX Hydrating Atomizer. So after a couple of sprays, I tap that in over my face and neck. And then I follow up with 1 squirt of the Mesama Green Rooibos Serum Light. And when you use the hydrating atomizer before, you really only need 1 squirt of the serum. And now I'm still using cotton pads underneath the goggles to prevent those lines that the goggles can give me around my eyes. And then I will do 3 minutes of continuous red light. And this is to warn you that the following footage will contain pulsing and flashing light. After my 3 minutes of continuous red light, I follow up with 6 minutes of a pulsed red light. And that is it. That is my red light routine. Now, when I was sharing with you my routine, I mentioned the Mesama products. And I have to tell you that I love these products not only because they have clinical proof to help amplify your red light results, but one thing that I have noticed that my skin absolutely loves about this green rooibos is that I have rosacea. And I always seem to have just a little bit of baseline redness on my skin all the time. But over the years, I have had quite a few episodes of real redness and burning, and it's uncomfortable. But since adding the Mesama products into my red light routine a few years ago, my rosacea has dramatically improved. Now, though, because I do like to try different products, I recently wanted to try the new Mito spray and serum. This is the Mito Aura Serum, and this is the Mito Face and Body Spray. And this is actually the second serum that I have used up. I wanted to try these, but I really did not see any drastic difference in my skin, although I did notice that I was starting to have more rosacea flares. So even though this mist and serum could be perfectly fine for someone else and it might help you to get really good results from your red light, but I am back to the Mesama products. And like I said, it's just because my skin really seems to love the green rooibos that is in these products. But if you aren't using any type of hydrating serum or mist in your red light routine, I would highly encourage you to do that, because I think in adding a good serum with ingredients that will help amplify your red light results, you will really see improvements in your skin with your red light routine. All right, so now I'm excited to share with you the pictures that I have taken just recently to compare back to the very first day, as well as some pictures to compare how my skin has fared over the last few years. All right, so first we're starting off with the picture that I took of my neck last March and the picture that I just took a few days ago. So I think you can see in these side-by-side pictures the maintenance that I had described earlier in the video. Normally, when I examine these pictures side by side, I do not see much change from last year, which makes me very happy. And here we have the full face picture from last year and then the one I just took a couple of days ago. And I think you'll agree with these two pictures that there is not much change, which again makes me very happy to see that I'm maintaining my results. Here I decided to compare the last 3 years, and I think you'll agree there is not any drastic change from 2 years ago, which again makes me very happy. And like I said, I think red light is one of the best things you can do to maintain the health of your skin. And again, here was my starting point back in 2021 and just a few days ago. And even though, like I said, the lighting in that first picture is horrible, I don't think there's any denying the vast improvement that red light has given me as far as the skin on my neck is concerned. And I also wanted to say that yes, I have the exact same t-shirt from back in 2021 because it was a gift from my son. So yes, I have the same t-shirt. So I think you will agree that after seeing my pictures, I truly believe that red light is the very best thing I am doing to help maintain my skin. Personally, it's my favorite thing to do for my skin because it is so easy. I love the fact that just sitting in front of a light that gives me a really great feeling is also doing so much to help me maintain my skin. And like I said, I am not trying to look 30 anymore. I really just want to look healthy and as good as I possibly can for the age that I'm at. And I believe that red light is the best thing I am doing to help me to achieve that. So if you are a red light user, I would love to hear your experience below. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll do my best to be able to answer them. So friends, I do love to make this video every year, and I know that my regular viewers know how passionate I am about red light. But when I can see these pictures side by side from year to year, I think you can understand why I am so passionate about this. So thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye.